That electric guitar means that Chillmonger's Live with Planet Fanatics woke up.
What is up? What is going on, everybody? Appreciate you guys being here as usual for another riveting episode of the Morning Report. As he said, he is Chillmonger. I am Planet Fanatics. We do have some things on the docket to talk to you guys about today. It looks like Tramell Tillman was cast in Spider-Man Brand New Day. James Gunn, per usual, is talking more about DC, the future of DC, and just more in-depth things about DC. We will also discuss some of the more things about Doomsday that have come out. It looks like Daniel RPK is saying that Doom is not only going after Steve Rogers, but going after others that have caused incursions. It kind of lines up with some of the other things, especially the one with Monica. We had heard early on that Monica was going to be one of the main characters in Doomsday. So we'll see where that goes, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. We'll also get into some little things that aren't on the thumbnail, of course, as we always do. But before we do that, Chill, I suspect you had a chill evening yesterday.
Yep, I just wrote something in the private chat I should have told you before the show. But yes, everything was on brand and chill for me the whole way through. Having a good time here. This is in the time in Toronto when the weather gets very, very acceptable.
Oh, yeah. Nice. It's still hot as hell here. Still hot as hell. Like I said, daylight savings ends in 2 weeks. I hate that. Hate it, hate it, hate it. I don't like when it gets dark at 5. I like when it gets dark after 9. But 5 it's like, damn, day's over. Should I go to sleep? But yeah, they haven't told us that we're getting any cool weather anytime soon, unfortunately. But I'm sure we probably will. It always rains during our state fair. Always, never fails. It never fails. So it'll probably rain soon. State fair's in like 2 weeks.
Well, then why don't we change the time the state fair?
I don't know why they don't change it. They keep it the same. They never change it. And every year, at least 3 of the days are rained out. It's here for a week, but at least 3 of the days get rained out. And there's certain days that you want to go on. Like, I don't go on the weekend. I go on Tuesday every year because you get in for $2.
Less people.
Not a lot. Yeah, not a lot of people are there. People are typically at school and shit. And you don't. Every year, also, there's always something. Somebody either got shot, stabbed, and it's like, I don't like being in that big crowd of people like that anyway. Because I had it like Q told me last year. Because Q carries, and he has talked about that on the streams before. And he's like, bro, I just walked through the metal detector. Nobody said anything to me. It didn't beep. And I was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, people just walk into the state fair with so I don't like the big crowds. I'm not a big, so I like to go when there's not a lot of people. And that day is also like, certain vendors do like cheaper food on there. Like, I go for the corn on the cob, a lot of that thing in butter, salt, pepper, fucking fire.
So with the honey sauce?
No, I don't like the honey sauce. I'm just traditional, grill it, butter it, pepper, salt. I'm good. I'm good. But yeah, so hopefully we get some cooler weather.
Dwayne, Andre, Xavier, Lawrence, Buxtot, Sanju, Aja, Phenom. Yeah, I'm in Toronto, yes. Don't they do fairs in the summer?
They do. We have like a fair but it's not like our big fair. It's just like certain counties do like their county fair during the summer.
Are there biscuits there?
No.
I flew and forgot to take off my knife. Whoa. Yeah, you're asking for trouble. It is on my belt buckle. It didn't go off at all. Strange. And I'm happy for you. Yeah, I like to go to events like that early before the heathens come out, LOL.
Yeah, bro. Before the heathens come out. And, I sound like an old person, but once those teenage kids get out there, that shit, I'm like, nah, it's time to go home. Time to go home. Because they just do stupid shit. It's just stupid shit.
It's ego, too. Like, I want to act up. There's girls here. I can't let them know that I'm not the big dog here. I'm going to pick a fight. I don't care. Like it's that ego, not ego, but what is it called? Machismo,
Pride.
pride, all that. It's a mess.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Gotta avoid it. Gotta avoid it. But where do we want to start today?
We got to start with some teenagers.
Some teenagers.
Yeah, the teenager.
This is it for this edition of the Stephen A. Smith Show with Samantha A. Smith and Stephen A. Smith. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Yes, his forehead still has space left, you guys. There will always be space. No, he cannot afford a hair transplant. Keep watching so he can afford it. Thank you guys so much. I'll be back next week probably. Don't miss me too much. Go follow my Instagram at official.samanthasmith. I also have another Instagram, and maybe I'll let you in there if you guys find it. Go follow my Instagram. Thank you guys so much. Have a blessed afternoon, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Was that good? This is it for this.
She's the best.
She is. I don't watch Stephen A. Smith, nor not to say that just because she's on here, I'm going to start watching his podcast, but I see clips of his podcast all the time. If this is a regular thing, I think he needs to make that. If it's not a regular thing, he needs to make it a regular thing. I think just from what I've seen, everybody's like, oh yeah, she compliments him. She makes him likable. Like, she's
like
better
we've heard
for
the
him than him.
hairline jokes. We never had someone with the audacity to bring 4 fingers and go, see, it's more than 4. Like that's something that only your daughter could do. But I have to disagree that she needs to be a regular. That she's rare. That we get one every month, every couple months is what makes it special.
Yeah, that could be it too. She just seems to be like she said, you keep watching, you want to have the hair transplant. I feel like more people have talked about his show with her being there than they ever talk about his show. Only time he ever gets talked about on his show is when he says some outlandish shit and it goes viral and then everybody's on his head. This was positive. This was like, oh damn, yeah, bring her because she makes you likable.
I actually like when he was choosing your favorite starter Pokemon. Would you rather go with Blastoise? Would you go with Charizard? And then he just like explains it because he doesn't know it, but he knows that the audience is enjoying it. And he's like, yeah, sure, this. He'll do an anime topic. He's done other things more than anime. I'm sure he did favorite Ninja Turtle, favorite, like you just throw him a random question and then you get a sports analysis of it. He's done those and those were really good too. And I've seen those go big. But this one is a little bit troublesome.
We're gonna skip it. Why are we gonna skip? What we skipping questions for?
Do I hate LeBron James?
Oh God, skip it.
I'm about to get clipped for this, y'all. And I don't think he'll see this because, like, why would he? I remember Bryce James, right? He's a great player, right? And there's Bronny too. But I remember I used to have the biggest crush on Bryce James like a year ago. So it was really awkward when there was like a lot of beef just between Bryce and I. He doesn't know who I am. That was difficult for me, to deal with.
What?
I'm joking.
You better be.
Yeah.
You better be.
Next question.
What?
Yeah, no,
Is there another one though?
I'm sure there are. That's the only 2 I sent though. She's great. And I agree. She like Tony said, how old is she? She's a cute little girl. She's cute. She looks like she looks like him, but
I think she said she's going to college, so that would be 19 or 18.
Oh, I thought she said she was like 16.
Oh, maybe she is. Maybe, I don't know.
No, she said she's a senior. This is her senior year, I think, in high school. I think that's what she said. She's a senior. So it's probably like 17.
And he just lets her rock. He doesn't interrupt with her. Even when it's the Bryce James thing, he's like, oh. She talks and he just sits quiet.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, no, I like it. She pops up every now and then on clips for him. I'll watch them. Because I'm not a Stephen A. fan, but I do like.
Were you?
I can't say that I've ever really been. There are takes he has that I'm like, okay, he's on. Then there are takes he has where I'm like, no.
Yeah, I can't say I ever was a fan of him, but I do like the chaos and watching him talk about that's preposterous. You should be exempt from speaking of the sport of basketball, Kellerman. Like he does that stuff.
Yeah, when he's over the top and animated, and I mean it's good TV. That's what people. Yeah, You know, even him continuing to talk on LeBron. I think he just did a recent interview where they asked him where is him and LeBron's relationship, and he said there is no relationship. He's like, I don't like him, he doesn't like me. You know, so.
And then he said he went on Pat McAfee's show, which is right after First Take. He did that on purpose. Like,
Yeah.
He did that because he's Pat McAfee, because it's in Indianapolis and he was playing the Pacers. That's why he did that show. And the most of the LeBron conversation was about other things that wasn't Stephen A. Smith. And the way he took it and the way they presented it was like, well, Michelle Obama said, it's Desperate Housewives.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. Yeah. Yeah, she's got star power. I think she has it's her personality. She has a very likable personality. She's funny. She's cute. I think she could get on there. She really doesn't have to keep coming on his show. She could probably start her own thing. That doesn't have to be sports related unless that's what she wants to do, but she could probably do her own thing.
I'd say you do have to keep things sports hemisphere. Like, you can talk about the outfits of somebody before they walk in and you can say, oh, he's got the best drip. Baseball players do it better than basketball. You can do that stuff. I'm anti Stephen A. Smith at all times. I hear you, William. Chi-Town says, hey, do y'all think Ryan Reynolds caused the drama on the Doomsday set?
No.
The resolved drama where they apologized to each other and talked it out?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
That was a fun day yesterday, though, like just speculating and shit. But I do mean this when I say that happens all the time. And whatever was said, we know that it was minor. We know it was, yo, you're not that close to me. You can't make that joke. So, like, if I'm the guy who was offended, I can get over it if the guy apologizes, right? And if I'm also the guy who made the joke, I can also go, yeah, I see how where our relationship's not there. I see how you could take that the wrong way. My apologies. It wasn't like they fought over their religions or something with more, like, when you hold your ground stuff. So I'm like, adults fight with each other all the time, bro. And then we just got word of it.
Yeah. I agree with what Johnny said yesterday. I don't think it was too much of anything story other than just people speculating on who it could be. Because if Rocha wasn't going to say if he wasn't, like I said yesterday, why even say anything if you don't say the names? It's like, oh, I'm not going to say the names, but two stars were fighting. Oh, okay, thanks for that news update.
Yeah. You kind of have to watch how you announce things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I know I keep my mouth shut if I know something. So I'm just like a standard that I would hold to him also. Chi-Town says, I like Stephen A. when it comes to basketball, but not football takes. That's interesting. She was the best man final chapters. She was in the best man final chapters. Samantha Smith? Oh. Luke Cage fell.
I said, so she's acting. I mean, I could see it. She has that personality, so.
William. Luke Cage fell off when Stephen A. Smith showed up. What you talking about, Chill? Just talking about Stephen A. Smith's daughter. The best meme was Pedro and Namor getting into it over Sue.
Yeah, that one was fun.
I
like how they leaned into it, though. All three of them are leaning into it, playing in it. So it's fun.
Well, what did they do to lean into it?
Tanakh reposted. So in some interview, they were talking about it, and Pedro said all she keeps talking about is Namor, or something like that. I think he's somewhere along those lines. And then Tanakh on his Instagram story shared the interview and said something in Spanish. So I was like, oh, that's fun that they're leaning into it.
That is fun. And Chill's gonna pull it up. Is it on his story?
It was I'm sure you could find it like on Google or something, but it was, I want to say sometime during their press stuff.
I cannot find it. Well, what date am I on? I'm on. This was from 127 weeks ago. I went too far.
Are you on his actual Instagram?
Tana Cuerta? Yeah. Is it not sharing?
I would go to. I would go to Google.
Okay.
And
Coming soon. 21 weeks ago.
It said Pedro Pascal says Vanessa Kirby is always talking about Namor every single chance she gets. Nobody brings it up except her. And then let's see if we can find. Here it is. Where to knock.
Present the screen. What's up, Torian Rain Reloaded? Everybody check out his YouTube channel. He's always defending the black community in some way or another. Live call-in after he's done his topic. Torian Rain Reloaded. Did you see Alan Cumming Nightmare Doomsday shooting experience post? I did, and I think that's some let's rub off the scent of me ratting out that I punched Pedro. Let me talk about how I don't know who I was really punching. So let's put more doubt in the atmosphere. I respect that as a person who wants to be surprised at the movies, so I give them points for that. I think no one talks about this. The Fantastic Four had a secret hidden actor, and they covered him up with a coat, and he was running, and you caught on set, and a cell phone camera picked it up. There was no secret cameo actor who was in that movie. There was none. So what was that for? Well, it was just to make us talk about something, to generate hype, to just distract us from, just to give us a news update, a news story. And I think that's what Alan Cumming was doing. He was allowing for the people who do daily coverage, us, to have something to speak on. And that's what Alan Cumming's podcast or
I don't think that's what Alan was doing. He's not. I don't think he's. How old is Alan Cummings? He's busy doing the reality show Traders. I don't think he's up to date on the comic book world or how crazy the comic book world gets on news and leaks like that.
He is.
I think he's going to be the one that actually spoils something for real. I mean, he's already spoiled two things. He spoiled that he hit Pedro, so we know that the X-Men fight Fantastic Four, and he spoiled what his actual look is going to be in Doomsday.
Do you remember how Pedro Pascal and the Fantastic Four were on set on Jimmy Kimmel, and Alan was the host of it?
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about how, I actually ruined it. I didn't know, and I let the spoil. So he's aware of the spoiler talk, the conversation that he generated, and so this was.
He's aware of that, but I don't think he was aware of that community before his publicist called him and said, "You need to shut the fuck up."
I agree. Before that, he wasn't aware. He wasn't there. He's just a fucking actor who's been out of the game of Marvel Secrets for years. Marvel Secrets back then were not they didn't have. Just slamming on my microphone. We didn't have the atmosphere that we had back then.
Yeah, it's a different deal, and I think like you said, his publicist probably told him, "All right, now we need to get in front of this. You're done filming, so you're going to get asked questions. Let them know, hey, I misspoke." Same thing that they tried to tell Shackman when Shackman said, "Oh," or whoever it was that said Pedro was going. I think it was Shackman that said Pedro was going to be one of the leading people in Doomsday. And he's like, "Oh, I misspoke. No, he's not going to be one of the leading people in Doomsday. He's not. Yes, he is." So it's like y'all aren't misspeaking. You're speaking. I mean, you are misspeaking, but it's not like what you're saying is wrong. You're just saying it when you shouldn't be.
Yeah, that's the misspeak. Alan Cumming said, how do you say his name? I say it different ways. Cumming?
I think it's Cummings.
Yeah, I don't want to say the word Cumming, but all right. Alan Cumming says he doesn't know who he was acting with half the time when filming Doomsday. I did the entire film in isolation, lots of green screen face replacement. They even gave characters fake names. I don't know who I was acting with half the time. Okay, first of all,
I can believe the fake names thing.
How do you feel about that? Do you feel like, damn, respect your actors? They can't know who they're acting against?
I don't feel like that's like a big thing. If we take ourselves back to Multiverse of Madness, the entire Illuminati fight scene with Wanda, none of them are ever together.
Okay.
That I think it was Krasinski that said during that entire process he never met Elizabeth Olsen.
She said it.
Or she said it. So, and it still turned out fine. So I don't think that that's an issue.
I agree in a fighting scene. You're right. But when you're supposed to react and then act against somebody, it is useful to have the actual guy there.
Yeah. Now, yeah, for a more dramatic dialogued scene, sure. I think they should be there. But I think this whole thing's been a big shit show. You know, talking about just listening to what he's been saying, especially within his little debriefing of since he's done filming, what Rebecca Romaine has said. Um, just other things that have come out, you know, from the Fantastic Forecast about their experience on the Doomsday set and things like that. It seems like it's just like I guess kind of, I mean, but it's not like it's a bad thing. I say shit show, but shit show to who? Because I don't know, you know, what powers they have over there as far as like getting things together. Josh Brolin, we just watched yesterday where he said, you know, on the Infinity War set, he didn't have a script in Infinity War's peak. So I don't know. I don't think it's really that big of a deal.
Right.
I think it's a big deal to us because we're just like, and I say a big deal to us, but big deal to the masses because they're like, why does it sound like they don't have shit together? But again, none of us are there.
Mm-hmm. I clicked on that article. It really doesn't give you anything except there's like a portion of it where they rank or they give you the Emmy, you know, the rankings. What do you call these? Get off the screen. Austin
What,
Butler.
Fandom Wire?
Nah, this one. The best reality host. Number 1, Alan Cumming with The Traitors. 13 and 8. What does 13 and 8 mean? The 13th of August? No, because that says 37.
I don't know. It's probably 138 episodes. Traitors is all right. It's not bad. I've watched it. It's cool.
And he's a good reality TV host?
Yeah, I mean, he's fine. It's like any other TV reality host. He shows up for challenges and he leaves. Shows up for eliminations and he leaves. So he's fine.
That's cool. I know him from Nightcrawler and nothing else. I can't. You'd have to surprise me. What's he been in? Nothing.
I don't know him from anything else. I do not.
But man, he did a great job because that beginning scene was so amazing.
When I saw him on Traitors, I said, "Where do I know this man from?" I was like, "I know his face."
Let me hear his German accent.
Yeah, I don't know him from anything else. I guess he was in Spy Kids. I don't remember him in Spy Kids. He's in Burlesque. I don't remember him in Burlesque. He's in Annie.
Oh.
I don't remember him from Annie. The original Annie? No, this is 1999 Annie. This is the original Annie. No, this is not the original Annie. This is the one with what's her name? Kathy Bates. But he's in Annie. So I don't remember him in Spy Kids 2 even. Don't remember him in that.
Hunter Iggy asks, how much do you think Supergirl will make? Well, since Superman is just climbing over 600 million, I would say that the ceiling would be it does exactly what Superman is able to do. Unless Superman goes on Max and people stream it who didn't watch it in the movies and they go, wait, there's something here. And by the time we get to June next year, people go, I got to support it. And Supergirl makes more than Superman. That's like not even a best case scenario. That's like a S rank greatest scenario possible. But I'll just say it will do a ceiling of 600 million, just like Superman is doing, and low as 500 million.
Okay, so I'd have him in two things then that I know him from. I know him from being Nightcrawler and the Flintstones Viva Rock Vegas live action when the Flintstones did their live action. He's Gizmo.
I wouldn't remember that, but yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, he's Gizmo.
He's got some kid movies, huh? Spy Kids, Flintstones.
Spy Kids 1 through 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alan Cummings.
Hey, who's this dude on the side from Severance? Tramell Tillman. You hyped? Because he's been in the talks for being cast as the Black Panther, whether that's T'Challa, T'Chanda. He's been talked, but maybe he wasn't in those meetings to talk about a Wakandan character. Instead, he was here to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day, a villain. Who?
My guess is Tombstone. Tombstone, we already know, is in the film. Tombstone is black. They've already been, we've talked about it, but they've talked about it some more about the montage of villains, even though I think Tombstone might be in that montage, but I think he's more of not a main character, but
Someone who will be in the 5th movie.
Someone you might see more of than whatever. But my guess is Tombstone. That's what I'm guessing here. And that's what some of the scoopers are saying. But I'm trying to find which scooper said, because I should have saved it. One of them said, I heard it's not Tombstone. But I'm trying to find who said that. My Time said...
Here it is. Apocalyptic Horseman quote tweeted discussing film that was sworn to secrecy on this one, but glad this is out. He's playing a villain, but not the main villain. I don't know who yet, but we'll report on it if I find out. I heard he's not Tombstone, by the way.
Okay, so it was all right. And he was the one that broke the news. Well, not broke the news. It was Variety that broke the news. Alex over the Cosmic Circus says Tombstone. Whoever this is, Apocalyptic, whoever the fuck says it's not Tombstone. So let's go on the basis and say maybe it's not Tombstone. I've seen some people saying Kang. I don't think it's Kang. The reason I don't think it's Kang. Why would Kang be in Spider-Man? Also, they don't want to say Kang's name at all. Like, they refuse. I mean, they said the Kang actor, of course, but it seems like they just don't want to address Kang. So I don't think it's Kang. I think it's probably Tombstone.
Or
Probably.
Norman Osborn is what I would fan cast him as.
And if it's not Tombstone, it could be the Prowler. Like, again, we're supposed to see a montage of villains, so
You know what? Here's the thing. Miles Morales got to deal with the Prowler. But if you just set him up and say, oh, he is in New York, he is the Prowler, and you just prep us for him and his encounter with Miles and that drama, I don't mind either. So I kind of want to say, like, Miles doesn't have much to himself. Prowler is one of them, but it's not so bad if he's just in this movie. Uncle Aaron, what's his name? Donald Glover. He played Uncle Aaron. He played somebody who said, I got a nephew in this neighborhood. We think that was going to be Prowler, but that was never like a guarantee attachment. And we're not married to that idea. And he probably is expensive and busy doing other things. So they just went to Tramell Tillman. I can see that too.
It could be, a different universe type thing too. I don't know how they're going to do the whole Miles thing or what Sony's plans are or anything like that. If the Miles from that universe is actually going to break into live action and be the Miles. If so, then the Prowler in his universe, which is his uncle Aaron that died, but we did see in the last film the live action Prowler of Donald. And he was in the Prowler suit. Remember, he was sitting in some type of prison with I don't know. Was it supposed to be again, remember, this was all when Kang was supposed to be connected. The rumors at that time was Miguel and Kang had already been in contact. Miguel knew who Kang was. Kang knew who Miguel was, along with some other people that were supposed to join on Kang's side. And that the little AI device that Miguel had was his version of Miss Minutes. And that's why we saw some of the things we saw. So I don't know if what's his name was, that Prowler was supposed to be imprisoned by the TVA or something. I don't know. So that Prowler as Donald does exist if they continue to do that, go down that route. So maybe he's not the Prowler. I don't know. I don't think he's Kang.
The Hypno Hustler. Some people just want to flex their comic book knowledge.
He could be the fucking Hypno Hustler. That he could be. Wasn't Donald working on that at one time as well? He was, until Sony canceled this. He was attached to this.
Look, his knuckles say Super Funk. You can't really see it because it's small, but it does say that.
They're making a Marvel Legends of him, and I want it. I want Hypno Hustler.
They're making a Marvel Legends? That's kind of a sign that they'll be using him in some capacity.
Could be.
What's happening in comic books? I don't know. Comic books, they're at issue 970 something of Spider-Man. And we know that next year it'll be at 1,000. And that's exciting. You going to pick that up?
No.
Really? Amazing Spider-Man 1,000, you won't go like, oh, let me celebrate. No?
No. I haven't picked up a comic in a long time.
Will you go online and read it illegally?
Maybe.
You'd have to hear like something happens. There's a brand new villain. You'd have to hear this. Something happen. Goes okay. What would you do in the 1000th issue of Spider-Man? And I know you don't even read the 900th issues of Spider-Man, but what would you do because it's the 1000th? I have ideas. I want to make the Giga Spider. Giga 1000. So what would you do?
I mean, I really don't know. They've done pretty much everything with Spider-Man. He's been, I mean, almost every, again, taking it back to the Marvel Legends, every Marvel Legends thing they do, it's based off of either something comic-wise or something movie-wise. And Spider-Man comes out with every single wave. It doesn't matter. It's either him or Iron Man or Wolverine. One of those three come out with every single wave. And every Spider-Man they come out with, it's like something different, something new. Something that I feel like now what they've been doing with Spider-Man, it's not like, I feel like they've kind of run out of ideas. We're circling back around doing the same shit so it's like, that's why I say when you ask that, I'm like, I don't know, what haven't they done already with him?
I would do something hella drastic, like move him out of New York. We had 1,000 comic books in this city. Let's go over to, some other major city needs me, but something with skyscrapers still, but leave him out of New York.
Hold on. The fucking gremlins are doing something.
I got you. I'll just read some chat. I'm not flexing though. I could. It was rumored years ago that Hypno Hustler might be a thing in the MCU. Tombstone makes the most sense since there's a lot of characters already and he's in it. The death of Spider-Man? Come on now, TJ. You can't kill anyone. They could kill Aunt May again, but she'll just be back. So I just would stay away from death. I would kind of do something that is going to last. Something that makes you go, well, Spider-Man wasn't a father for the first 1,000 issues, but now, magic, they undoing the marriage. They undid the undid marriage. And now we have a reality where he's got May Parker. Took Marvel 60 years to get Spidey to 1,000. And Oda, you're talking about One Piece, right? He did it in 20 years. I believe the One Piece manga was a weekly release. So that's what got him to 1,000. And he's on pace to beat Batman and Superman, who those guys' comics have reached over 1,000. Japanese workflow is on another level. I don't know about you, Darius, but I think if they keep adding characters to Spider-Man, it's going to hurt it. The Flash Supergirl is supposed to be in it too. Are you muted? Or are you just shrugging? Yeah.
No, I am muted. I think, like we talked about that deal with Sony, it's not so much Marvel that's wanting to put these big cameos in the Spider-Man films. Was more so Sony. They have that deal where they have to put a few big stars in the Spider-Man films. I don't know. Sony thinks that's going to make them sell better. Again, they don't. Sony just doesn't understand the IP they have. They clearly don't. I've said this many times. There's no way you can't easily make $1 billion a year with a Spider-Man film. It's just they don't understand the IP they have. When you're telling Marvel, no, we need big characters in these films. You have the big character. What are you talking about?
Doesn't hurt to add Doctor Strange or Iron Man.
It doesn't. But again, when you did that, people were like, they still love them. People still love. Well, I say people love them. People are. I remember when when I first saw the very first Spider-Man Tom Holland film in theaters. I saw it with my cousin, who is not that big of a Marvel fan at all. I wouldn't even really call him a Marvel fan. I think he, went and saw Infinity War, saw Spider-Man, saw films that were cool enough for him to go see. Didn't know the whole plot line of everything. And after we left Spider-Man, I was like, oh, that was great. I liked it. It was fun. He's like, that sucked. So I can't say that everybody really liked Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
You never can.
With all the cameos with Doctor Strange and Iron Man. Some people were like, why the fuck are they always here? That's why he got called. What was his nickname? Iron Boy or whatever the fuck that people were calling him?
Peter Starker.
Yeah. So they don't understand the IP they have.
I would merge all of the spider people into one being and have a Peter Parker from one universe and friends take them on, kind of like a Spider-Man onslaught. Think big, yeah. What I don't want is for issue 1000 to be a $10 comic book. That's expensive. And then just have like anthology, 10 issues of this, and I mean pages of this story, 13 pages written by Dan Slott, 4 pages by this mini writer who's up and coming, of a 2-page story with, like, I don't want to read that. Give me something eventful that is consequential. And it's cool if you want to celebrate he's reaching the 1000, but give me things that will last. There are too many cameos. Hulk and the Punisher was enough. Sony believes Spidey is more successful with MCU characters crossovers, to be honest. Not wrong. All the MCU Spidey movies is their most successful movies. Why fix it if it's not broken?
Well, because I would argue you changed a lot, even though I love Andrew's films. I think that's some of the he's my favorite Spider-Man. So, but you changed a lot with those. Like, you went this route of making everything electronic. You made Rhino electronic. You made like this weird thing they were doing with Goblin, and then you made Harry Goblin, and then it was just lots of weird things that people approaches they didn't like with it. I would argue you don't need Iron Man to sell Spider-Man. You don't need Doctor Strange to sell Spider-Man. Spider-Man's always been successful without those characters. Arguably, when the Civil War trailer showed and Spider-Man was revealed, I feel like that took the hype to a completely different level for some people because it was Spider-Man. And it wasn't because he was, running around with Iron Man and the rest of them. It was simply because, holy shit, it's Spider-Man, finally. I don't think you need Spider-Man. Look at the Tobey films. Spider-Man 2 is still I wouldn't even say arguably, still to the majority of Spider-Man fans, the absolute best Spider-Man film. And that has nothing but Spider-Man fighting Doc Ock. You don't need anything else but Spider-Man. That's just my opinion, though.
Alex from the Cosmic Circus, he says Tombstone, and he's saying it. So interesting to have two scoopers with reports that contradict each other, huh?
Well, we say two scoopers. Who the hell was the other one?
Apocalypse Horseman?
Never heard of him.
But you heard of Alex before?
Cosmic Circus, good shit, right.
What does the tattoo say over here? It says limitless. Okay. Why am I hating on the man's tats?
Oh, yeah. You're right on their point of view. Which is, again, they don't understand their IP. They're crazy.
Tombstone? Who's that? Well, if you don't like cameos, then more characters. And it's rumored Yelena Belova will reportedly appear in Spider-Man Brand New Day.
I forgot about that one. Well, there's evidence to support it, of course. Florence Pugh liked Tom Holland's post of him coming out in the suit out of that little warehouse or whatever. Last year, she was in a interview saying how she wants Yelena to meet Spider-Man and hang out in Spider-Man. It'd be fun to be in a Spider-Man film on the red carpet. Tom Holland also said the same thing last year, or it was either last year or in 2023. People have been pulling these receipts. They're online. They're on Twitter. I should probably share those. Where he talked about it, said, "Oh yeah, I would love for Spider-Man to hang out with Yelena." Da, 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 da. She might be. I mean, we've heard that the Avengers are supposed to be showing up. Some of them.
I can imagine that during Dune, Zendaya and Florence Pugh were together. Hey, let's get drinks after. And Zendaya brings her husband or whatever they are. And then they have a relationship. Oh, you're from East London. I'm from West London. And then they get talking. And next thing you know, they want to do a movie with each other because, Spider-Man, Tom Holland has that contract negotiation powers. And he goes, I want to do a scene with the Black Widow, Yelena Belova. And that's why she's in this movie. I can imagine that scenario.
Could definitely be.
Listen, if she's going to be an important character for you guys, Marvel, then yes, signify that by including her in this movie and that movie. Just have her occur many times. Yeah, I'm not for the mantle stuff though. Like Black Widow is the one that we saw since Iron Man 2. That's Black Widow. So it's gonna be hard for me to really swallow somebody else being that. But give it a shot by doing this.
I like Yelena. I like her a lot. I liked her in Thunderbolts. I liked her in Black Widow. Didn't really care for her, the way the approach on her in Hawkeye. But I do like her. Her presence in Spider-Man Brand New Day, that's where we go throw it back to the comments saying, too many cameos. What for? Why? I mean, is it the whole because the Avengers are showing up, but she's not an Avenger with an S, she's an Avenger with a Z. So is she showing up with, because we heard it's Shang-Chi and Sam showing up to handle the Hulk situation and take him to the raft, if that even still happens, if that rumor is even true. So what is Yelena showing up to do?
I don't know. Spider-Man could be climbing the walls, and then we zoom out, and it's Avengers Tower. He knocks on the window, and it's Yelena, and she says, "What is it?" And then he's like, "Hey, I need you to run diagnostics on blah 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 blah." Oh, you owe me. And then she gives him a file, or what do you call those things? The USB sticks.
But then I don't think so. And the reason I say that, because Spider-Man doesn't want anything to do with any of that. He doesn't want to know the Avengers. He doesn't want to work with them. That is something that has been rumored in this, that Sam tells him that we're needing your help. And he's like, I just want to be your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I don't want to do this shit. I've already been to space. I lost Tony. They don't know who he is. Obviously, we know that. He doesn't want to do that shit. So I don't think I don't think they even know him. They probably know that there's a spider guy running around, but we don't work with him. He's kind of wanting to be independent now.
Fine, then that's not going to be her role. She could do the post-credit scene, same way Shang-Chi had one with Wong, Bruce Banner, Captain Marvel.
I don't think she needs to be in the film, but if they're doing it, more cameos.
I want Yelena to come in contact with Kate Bishop again, just because of how she says her name.
Now, of course, he's going to get drugged back into the Avengers and all that shit, but
just call her the Red Widow. When I said I didn't want her to be called the Black Widow, you said how much you like the Yelena character. But do you like her as the Black Widow, or do you want her to have her own name?
I don't think her being the Black Widow is an issue, because weren't they all widows? Weren't they all Black Widows?
So you would like for her to be called Black Widow?
I don't see it. I don't see the issue.
What would you like for her to be called Black Widow?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, be Black Widow. I mean, is she not just called Yelena, though? When have they ever called her the Black Widow? Isn't she just, don't they always just call her Yelena in the MCU?
Yeah, I'd call her the White Widow. I would give her another name. Why would you want to put two Hulks in the raft? Bro, hey, speaking of two Hulks, so Scar, I got
Who the hell else is
son.
on the raft? Oh, shit. Red Hulk is on the raft. Forgot about that. Shitty movie. So forgot about that. Red Hulk is on the raft. That's why he said, why would you want to put two Hulks on the raft? I don't know why my mind went to She-Hulk. I was like, damn, what'd she do? But you're right. Red Hulk is there.
Will we get a follow-up since Hulk is going to be in the Spider-Man movie? Will they deal with his son? Will they say, oh, there was an important thing at episode 9 of She-Hulk, so if Hulk's going to be in the Spider-Man movie, Sony, you got to have his son. And then Sony will say, like, no, we don't. No, you can keep that one. We don't want to pay for that one. No, he's free. We'll add him on.
Yeah. They're like, oh yeah, he's free. No, I agree with that video you pulled up that day, the 21 loose ends in Marvel, where the guy said, I would be fine never seeing Scar again. I'm fine never seeing, because they've already butchered it. What the fuck was he doing? Like they butchered that whole thing, that whole entire thing. So did this happen on Sakaar? Because obviously it's different from the comics. So this happened on Sakaar?
Like the baby was born in Sakaar? Yeah.
And that thing was ever mentioned while we were on Sakaar?
Sakaar was, 2015 was Avengers Age of Ultron. So for that kid in 2025, 10 years later, to be older than 10, that's a very quick aging. Very different.
I just didn't like how they handled it. Yeah, and like the hairline, the haircut thing was so whack.
The hairline. Stephen A. Smith.
Why did he not just have his long hair?
Maybe to generate internet buzz.
Hell no. You want to generate internet buzz. Make him look like he's supposed to look.
If we do see him again and they fix the hairline and they're like, yeah, finally my hair's coming in, and they just have like a throwaway line like that, that'd be cool.
I don't even think you need to address it. Most of us don't address She-Hulk. So, Fugazi, it didn't happen. Let's keep moving.
Zemo is on the raft too. He's not with Wakandans. He's in the raft jail. I thought he turned him. I need to watch Falcon again.
I thought the Wakandans took him. The Wakandans took him in Falcon Winter Soldier at the end.
Io.
Yeah, Io came and picked him up.
Yeah. She was definitely after him during the majority of the show. So next we go to Spider-Man.
That was
Doomsday.
the coolest part of that show.
When Io met with Bucky, tapped on the little shoulder, and it just came right off.
When they fucked up John.
He's like, hey, Wakanda has no jurisdiction here. We have
the Dole Milaje have jurisdiction wherever the Dole Milaje find themselves to be. That shit, that line. Boom. That line was almost as good as move or you will be moved. Some tough shit, bro. Anytime the Doors show up, tough shit.
I was such a John Walker U.S. agent fan. I mean, I like the character now.
I love him in Thunderbolts.
He's interesting, man.
Man, it's again writing. That's why I hate Falcon Winter Soldier. The writing was so bad, and I understand COVID, other things, blah 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 blah. But I didn't give a shit about John Walker. Skip over to Thunderbolts. He was, to me, the best part of the film. He's so he was great. He's great. So yeah, I like the character.
Yeah, interesting dynamic. Doomsday News. Dr. Doom is reportedly after the people who caused the incursions via Daniel RPK. This would include so far Monica, Doctor Strange. Monica caused an incursion because of the end? She saved it. I thought she fixed it.
But she's also currently in the X-Men universe. And if you spend time in another universe that you're not from too long, an incursion is caused. So that is supposedly the fight that's going to ensue between the X-Men and the Avengers. Doctor Strange is going to either convince the Avengers that, or the X-Men, he's going to convince one of the teams that this is the reason of your incursion. She's the reason of your incursion, and they're coming to get her to fight you, all this kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. I think that's what the rumor said, something like that. So yeah, she's causing an incursion right now. Strange, as we know, Clea showed up and said, you caused an incursion, you're going to help me fix it.
Yeah, he's portal hopping and doing all these things for Spider-Man. 3 Eyes. Doctor Strange is guilty. Steve Rogers.
The branch timeline. Living in the 60s, the life with Peggy causes an incursion, from what we've heard.
Yep, he was supposed to return. I'll be back in a minute, but he never got right back, right? So he's guilty. And Peter Parker, same reason as Strange, right?
Correct.
But Strange is still universe hopping.
He is.
There. Venom.
I would assume Venom's is when he the whole Doctor Strange bringing the those people that know who Peter Parker are into this universe, and then when he left, I think that piece getting left here may be the incursion part.
Yes, so it's not Eddie Brock's fault, but the Venom symbiote is guilty. Yeah, that tracks. And Scarlet Witch, yep, dream hopping and all this stuff she was doing, trying to find. She wasn't dream hopping, never mind. But she was.
She dreamwalked.
She dreamwalked?
Yeah, she dreamwalked. When she was doing the crisscross thing and I think at the time she was at Comertage, she went inside the other body, but then that one girl that was Wizard was still alive, stabbed the Darkhold, took Wanda out of it. Then they had to go to Wondergore.
You're making me want to watch that movie again, and I liked that movie. It's been a few years.
I liked that movie.
When's the last time you got to see it?
I want to say probably a couple weeks ago.
Nice. Okay, it's still fresh. I think I'm gonna have to rewatch everything Michael Waldron did, including some Loki episodes.
I was thinking about the only reason, and the reason I stopped myself from rewatching Loki season 1 is because it's like, damn, I'm gonna get myself excited for something that's going nowhere. It's like I'm gonna get myself excited for Kang, but I do want to watch at least episode 1 of Loki season 1 because that first episode was chef's kiss. That was some good shit they did.
Again, where's America Chavez?
To be honest, I could care less.
Still, she was punching holes in the universes. You're telling me she didn't do something in the Paint universe? In she is guilty. She definitely affected it. So
does she affect? I don't know that America Chavez causes an incursion. An incursion is typically caused when another being from another universe comes into, that universe. Considering that she is the only one. There's no other variants of her. She doesn't really have a home outside of wherever she came from a long time ago. Can she cause incursions?
I guess that's why she's not on the list. Okay.
I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't even know if she can cause incursions. But maybe. But the Monica one, we know is supposed to be a major player in Doomsday from what the scoopers like Daniel are saying. So she's supposed to be a major player. We know that Strange, I don't know if he's in Doomsday, but from what the plot leak that probably was fake that we read, says that he shows up at the end in a post-credit scene. Again, from the newest reports, we know what Steve did and why Doom is after Steve. The Peter one will be interesting once they come face to face and sees his face. And then the Scarlet Witch one, I don't know if they're still going the route of Latveria, him being married to Wanda. But I would assume maybe that is still somewhat tied into the storyline, that whole Children's Crusade storyline. The reason I say that is because Joe Locke recently posted a picture, I think it was yesterday or the day before, of who Marvel hasn't announced as our Speed, but we've known for at least a couple months now that he's Speed. They put it, or some scoopers put it out there. Joe and him followed each other on Instagram. They've now posted a picture with each other. So if they are doing that storyline and we're going to see some type of Children's Crusade storyline, then if they continue, I think the original rumor said he was going to be married to Wanda. So maybe he's already come in contact with Wanda. I know a lot of people still think Wanda's dead. I don't think so. But and if that, taking ourselves back to that comic, if all that stuff is still relevant and they're still using the comic stuff that's supposed to be connecting to the MCU, well, then she's at the TVA and she's in a stasis. And we know that Doom is going to visit the TVA. So maybe he finds Wanda at the TVA.
Okay.
Maybe gets her to fall for him there or something like that, or help him there. Maybe they don't even get married. Maybe it's just a thing like, you freed me. Thanks for helping me. Here's why I freed you. I can give you what you wanted. But here's what you've got to do to help me. Blah, 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 blah.
I strongly believe it's that comic book was nothing. The artist was just talking, oh yeah, that's Scarlet Witch from the movie. And then he hit.
I would agree if Kevin didn't say the comics now connect to the MCU.
It's never happened. And he got the memo to say, you can't take those words back. And he was like, I apologize. My words where it meant it wrong, but you should still pick up issue 3 and 4.
What do you mean it never happened? There's no Molecule Man. Molecule Man won't be in this.
She's an exception to the rule because of our powers. She can assimilate anywhere without causing any problems.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Now, what do you mean when you say it never happened?
The artist who drew Scarlet Witch at the TVA, that dude said it was her. It was the one from the MCU, and then changed his stance a couple days later, and said no. To me, I think it got word. It was on the YouTube circuit. People were talking about it, and then Kevin Feige heard about it, and he sent a message to the editor to send a message to the artist to tweet or Instagram, no, actually, this isn't really the same Scarlet Witch.
to throw people off or to mean that that's really not her?
Yeah, to mean that's really not her. You're speaking out
No,
of
I
line.
think he did it to throw people off. If Kevin Feige even called, because again, Feige was the one that said the comics now reflect the MCU. I think it started with Darcy when we saw Darcy show up in the comics. The stuff that's going on with Ms. Marvel, I think, is supposed to reflect the MCU's Ms. Marvel. So no, I don't think it was a one-off thing at all. I don't think that because why would the artist just come out one day? And I don't think it was. I don't even think it was a few days later. I think it was the same damn day that he put out the picture, and then he got asked, why does this look exactly like Elizabeth Olsen's Wanda? And then he commented that because I was told to draw. He said, I was told to draw Elizabeth Olsen's Wanda. This is what I was told to draw. This is what it is, blah, blah, blah. They're like, so are you saying that this is the exact same Wanda from the MCU? He says, that's what I was told to draw. Yes. Then I believe that exact same day he retracted it because somebody got a phone call and then was like,
I agree with you there. Yeah.
Like, oh, no, I'm sorry. It's not Elizabeth Olsen's Wanda. And I don't think the phone call was like, oh, why are you lying? Because why would an artist on Instagram come out and say, I was told to draw Elizabeth Olsen? Why lie? Like, what's the reason to lie for that?
I don't have that full quote that I was told. I got, yep.
Well, there it is. Then yep. And now if it's just the yep, either way, what would be his motivation for lying? Like, what do I get? Because every time, like when people say someone's lying, clearly there has to be a motive. I have to have something.
He could. I mean, it's open for interpretation. Did I look at a movie and look at that's how she's dressed? Okay, that's how I'll draw her in the TVA. Then yeah, it's the same. Same design, same thing. But when we ask follow-up questions and we go, but the artist, is that specifically the same character? Because he's the artist, not the script writer. He's not the guy in charge of directing story. He's just like looking for designs and, I got to draw Scarlet Witch. How does she look like in Ultron? There it is. And I drew her. So it's both can be true that, yep, that is the Scarlet Witch. That's what my inspiration was for drawing this. He could be valid. And then he had to do the explanation post. But what you said about how he said, I was instructed, it's got to look like the movie version because it is totally the one from the movies at the end of Multiverse.
There was something out there where he had a conversation about that. I don't remember if it was the Geeky Cast or whoever it was that shared it on Twitter. Because however many weeks ago or months ago or whenever it was that happened. But I don't think it's a one-off. I don't think that he just drew that because that was specifically the TVA from Loki.
You think they're building to some sort of comic book crossing over extravaganza? I think the Fantastic Four First Steps had one comic book, and that was an MCU comic book for last July. Other than that, I don't see it. But what are they building towards? If that really was Scarlet Witch, we got to keep her a secret. It'll spoil. What's the point of then?
I don't think it's building toward anything. I think she's not dead. The TVA plays a major role moving forward in some of the things and events that are about to play out. If she's currently in state, if that gives an explanation of where she is, she's in stasis at the TVA. And if Dr. Doom shows up to the TVA, which we know he's supposed to do, and if the rumors are true and we know he's supposed to use Wanda and that she's at the TVA, well, then that then reflects that comic that then goes into Doomsday, that then goes into him using Wanda.
Okay. If I'm going to mix the movies with the comics, I'd make it known to encourage more people to buy the comic book. I would say, this is movie related, pick it up, and it would work.
Maybe it'd work. I think we all just keep thinking we still live in this 2018 Marvel MCU world, and we don't.
We jump over to Variety. Now, maybe we should save this for tonight. Today's Thursday, right? So maybe we should talk to Marcus about this one too. I'll just I'll briefly touch it. Disney's Boy Trouble studio seeks original IP to win back Gen Z men amid Marvel Lucasfilm struggles. This has got a lot to do with what they've been doing, and I guess there's always got to be a woman in the movie. We got to make sure that we change Cosmo the space dog into a girl dog, and whatever their decisions have been. Silver Surfer, Silver Surfette. There's I don't gotta list it off, but as it starts, Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty aren't the only ones looking for a prince. Leadership at Disney has been pressing Hollywood creatives in recent months. Multiple sources tell Variety for movies that will bring young men back to the brand in a meaningful way. Young men is defined here by sources as ages 13 to 28, aka Gen Z. I think Disney does great with Frozen, and it does great with Moana. It'll be, they've got the woman's audience down, or the young girls audience down from 13 to 28, and lately haven't been speaking to 13 to 28 men. That's undeniable. For them to recognize it, for sources to tell Variety, multiple sources to tell them that's what we're looking for, and they're saying, you know what that George Lucas guy said about the 12-year-old boy, maybe Star Wars should return to being that, and we don't need to think so heavily on female inclusion. Not exclude females from every project either. That would be a crazy extreme. I imagine to see all Fantastic Four, but Sue Storm needs to be a dude because boys inclusion. That would be crazy. But they woken up and they're done. Isn't this like isn't this like an admittance that we are shoehorning women into a boy's space? This is admitting it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If they are actually going to, correct it, make things, that's one thing I was talking about. I think we talked about that the last time. Like, just, it's not that She-Hulk's not a cool character. It's what you did with She-Hulk type of thing. So if you want to, they're going to erase wrongs and put some Mel Bravado back in films, then great. Sure. Again, it's not that Ray couldn't be cool or I dislike female characters or anything like that, but when the female characters and you're using them to come in and shit on the male characters, it's just it's irritating. Ray shitting on Luke, it's just irritating.
I'll add that it's not that WandaVision isn't Wanda's a cool character. It's just that when we look, girl, boy, girl, boy with Hawkeye, boy, girl, Ms. Marvel, girl, She-Hulk, Secret Invasion was boys, Loki was boys, Echo is a girl, Agatha girl, Daredevil is boy, Ironheart is girl. The amount of girl happening, it's the amount of girl. Not insulting any of these characters individually, but it's clear that you guys were going, oh, let's attract the women's audience for something that, you got it for the boys' audience.
Yeah. Yeah. They're going to have to, like I said, just put some of those beefy guys back up front that people are wanting to see. Get those, get the Mel Bravado in. If they do it, we'll see. We'll see. They've got to, and it's again, not that women characters aren't cool, because Wanda's badass.
Yeah, it's not an individual woman's character problem.
Yeah, Wanda's badass. It's just, yeah. You take it to the She-Hulk episode 1, or was it episode 1? Whatever episode she preached to Bruce about anger. Why? So we'll see what they do. But yeah, we'll see what Marcus's thoughts are on a more in-depth combo. I wouldn't say that the audience is not ready to accept strong female superheroes. Wanda is a strong female superhero. Carol is a strong female superhero who I actually happen to like in Marvel Comics a lot. Carol can be very strong. She can be sensitive. She can be a fucking bitch. But at the end of the day, you respect Carol. I don't feel that way toward Carol in the MCU. And that's the MCU's fault, the way that they have taken Carol. It's not Brie Larson. That's why I don't know why everybody points their fingers at Brie. Brie's only doing what she was directed to do. how she was supposed to play this character, how they wanted her to play this character. So I don't think the audience rejects them. I think the audience rejects how you're trying to force feed us them. And again, why did you need She-Hulk to preach to Bruce about anger? Bruce understands anger. Like he said, I shot myself in the head with a bullet and the other guy spit it out. Like, I don't need you to tell me about being angry. And I felt like a lot of people felt that why are you having this woman preach to this man who clearly knows about anger, and he's trying to teach her how to control herself, and she's telling, it's just like, and again, I remember during this, God, I remember this whole thing on YouTube and Twitter when this happened. I remember saying, I get where everybody's coming from on the Bruce side. I get where, some people are coming from on the side of the things she said, just about the everyday things women have to deal with. So it's not that we don't. It's just like, why are we having these preachy messages in these films and things like that? Why are we having to, yeah. So I don't know. They got to fix some things, fix the way they're bringing in female characters.
Yeah, it's how you do it. And so I'm gonna second what you just said there about the delivery and stuff. Who started the MCU term? I think it was Nerdrotic. I think
Oh, was it him?
one of them.
I always wonder who starts terms, who starts the things that gain legs, but one of them, huh?
You know what I'm proud of starting to child, getting into the people's mouths? That's cool. Every time I see a new YouTuber say it, I go, ha, he said it to child.
To child.
And then I started saying Toussaint more often, and I feel like more people know that to child's name is Toussaint, because I'll always play that clip of, Nakia introducing him. This is my son, Toussaint. And I'll be like, yeah, they watch, because I made them say it. My influence, everybody.
To child.
It's a great name. Out of 10, T'Child is a 10 out of 10 nickname. Man, that's not T'Challa. That's the T'Child. Abandon the T'Child experiment, Marvel. You think you're tapping your mic or something's happening. I'm hearing sounds.
You're hearing my mouse.
We have some more on the morning report. I'm looking for the James Gunn interview where he's during the I Think You're Overreacting podcast. I cannot find that. So I'll just share screen to what this topic that our friend Darius has so gracefully shared. James Gunn says the next two movies that DC will likely make are the Batman 2 and the Superman follow-up movie. Again, we don't know the name of it. Zaslav called it the Super Family. Then he said, James Gunn said, Superman Saga, I think he said, right? And one second. I'll be right back.
What did he say about this? James Gunn says the next two movies that DC will likely make are Batman 2 and Superman follow-up movies. He also said, what was the other part to that? To the Superman. Oh yeah, he also teased the Superman saga will be 4 movies long. So the Superman saga is going to be 4 movies long. Still don't know exactly what they are leading to with Superman and where they are, or sorry, not Superman, with the DCU and where they're exactly going with that. But he also shared that he will recast DCU characters and actors if they decide to leave. So during the whole process of whatever it is that DC is building to as they're casting and doing more in their universe. I can't scroll down on this because it's on his page. I guess I could let me figure out, just let me work StreamYard. Let me not put the wrong screen up. This is why I don't operate the screens. That's not it. I think it's this one. Yeah. Yeah. Damn. See? What the fuck? Why is his still on there? Okay, let's go back and then back. Whoo! There we go. All right. Yeah, he says that he's not if an actor can't continue a role, I'll change the actor, no problem. So James is doing things obviously very different from Marvel. He's not connecting a singular actor to a singular role. If something happens to the actor or the actor themselves just don't want to play the character any longer, James has told you, hey guys, I will recast. You don't have to worry about the character dying or just being put on a shelf because the actor is no longer playing that person. James is pulling his DCU together quite nicely. Trying to. What podcast was it where he was on where he was talking yesterday? Oh, that's mine.
Whoops. Hey, I apologize. I gotta step out, and I don't want to say too much, but I can't stream right now, unfortunately. Not on camera at least. I'll try to come back. I'll send myself a link and then like just go audio mode. Bye guys.
Peace out. Okay. Let me pull my shit back up on my screen. All right. Let me go back to the DC stuff. 1 second. I have this set up on here to where I should be able to be larger and not small. Guess that works. Okay. I don't want you guys to see the DMs, so let me come back. Sorry, you're gonna have to work with me on the navigating through from screen to screen. I don't operate the screens. It's not a me thing. It's a chill thing. All right, and I don't want to be that small. All right, more DC news. He also said that multiple projects for DC are in development, currently developing really well at the moment. He said Batman Brave and the Bold, Wonder Woman, Booster Gold, Paradise Lost. These are all things that we've kind of talked about recently as far as Booster Gold. I really, truly believe that Kamal is going to play Booster Gold. Kamal was at the Superman premiere. He was at the DC or the Peacemaker premiere. There was a recent picture of him and James hugging each other. I believe James followed him, but then unfollowed him on Instagram. Or they might still both follow each other on social media, actually. So I believe Booster is probably going to be played by Kamal. Whoever's playing Wonder Woman, there's been a lot of different fan castings out there. Only thing we know about Wonder Woman thus far is that the writer for Teen Titans is doing Wonder Woman. Brave and the Bold, don't know. Is Brave and the Bold actually happening? I don't know. James says it is happening. And he also confirmed in the other post that we showed that the Batman 2 are the next two films, or is one of the two of the next films that DC is currently working on. So Batman 2 is on its way. Brave and the Bold, possibly. Wonder Woman we know is coming. Booster Gold, possibly. Kamal, and then Paradise Lost. I thought he said that was off the table, but all right, we'll see what happens with that one as well. Now, I'm not like chill because there's nothing in here that is like that we share that is not that's crazy. So I will show this stuff. And James Gunn also said that there's a secret DC series that's going to start filming soon. Don't know what that is. James just talks. Like I said, just talks. He's on this thing. He's on a podcast. So, obviously he says that they're not building toward no audio. Oh, no, that's right. You guys probably won't hear it. That means I have to use Google Chrome. You should be able to. Well, you probably still won't because I'm not using Chrome through here. All right, you won't be able to hear it. Sorry, I'm not streaming through Chrome. I'm streaming through Firefox. In order for me to stream through Chrome, I would have to exit out of Firefox, leave the stream, go into. Actually, you know what? Because I have a brain too, I think I might be able to make something work. Bear with me 1 second. This might work. Oh, no, it's not going to work. Sorry. Maybe I don't have a brain. So no, you won't hear it. Sorry. You won't hear it. But that's okay because that was the only video anyway that I was going to share. So we talked Doomsday, we talked Spider-Man, we talked DC. What else? There were some things that weren't those related that I wanted to show. Do you guys see this? Student tries to fight a teacher, then gets what is that? That's a what is that? Wrestling suplex by a police officer. Check this out. Watch this child. And there's no sound. The sound is just children yelling. I'm assuming this is in a gymnasium, but watch how this police officer comes and body slams this kid. Kids are bad. Some kids are bad, bro. That's why when I coached for a middle school, the next year I wanted to come back and teach, and it was a boom, damn. It was a very real thing that I thought I was going to do. I slammed the fuck out of that kid. That I was going to do, but nah, bro, no. At that time, I was still in my 20s. I think I was like 23. These kids are 15. No. I was like, nah, I don't think I want to work with bad kids like that because a kid hits me like that or anything like that. That I'd rather not. This is another one that's going on. Again, not related to the movie news and things like that, but hell, we give all the reports regardless of movie news. And they're talking about how the Target CEO is stepping down amid company struggles. Plies tweeted out yesterday, I believe. Look at the power of the black dollar when people organize, when black folks organize together. If only we can organize together on that voting. But if we can organize together like this and actually shutting down Target, it's not so much shutting down Target, but the CEO stepping down amongst the DEI backlash and things like that. Yeah. That's the mighty black dollar. Again, I talk about that every time we talk about Black Panther and its box office. There's a lot of black folks that went and saw that. A lot of black folks. Oh, that was the other one. Okay. That was the other one. I don't think there's really anything else. Chill didn't mention to me until midstream that he had to go and take care of something. Yeah, no, that's it. There was nothing else. That's all news from yesterday. That he had to go and take care of something. So I wasn't aware of that. Was not aware of that. Chill was not going to be here for the rest of the stream. But I do believe that really is it. I can check to see what has come in. Millie Bobby Brown's going to be a mother. Millie Bobby Brown says that this summer we're welcoming our sweet baby girl through adoption. We beyond excited to embark on this beautiful next chapter of parenthood in both peace and privacy. Millie Bobby Brown, 11, gonna be a mommy. Anything else? Oh, that's her husband, Jake. Someone. I've never seen who's under the armorer's mask. They're talking more Mando Grogu. We know that's the next Star Wars movie that comes out next summer, 2026. Get excited. They showed a trailer for it at Star Wars Celebration last year. Still haven't seen anything from Star Wars Celebration that was shown, or I'm not sorry, last year, this year Star Wars Celebration. So we still have not seen anything that was shown at Star Wars Celebration for the public, at least. I did see, if you were lucky enough to see the leak trailer for it, it did leak originally. Don't know if you might still be able to find it somewhere. And the Maul Shadow Lords trailer also leaked around that time. So those are the next few Star Wars things that are coming up. But the Mando Grogu movie is the next big thing that is coming up. So I don't know if the armor is going to be in it or not, but I guess she was talking about a spinoff series. Emily Swallow on the idea of a spinoff series for her character. No, I wouldn't do that at all. I wasn't even in season 1. I was only in 3 episodes, but the way they wrote the character, she had such an impact, and I do feel she is someone who now people will, oh Lord, say, oh, I want a whole series about the armor. No, they won't. No, they won't. And I kind of go, well, as an actor, sure, I would like to have a whole series about me, but I also think she's a character whom the mystery is very important. When they did tell me they were going to use me so much more in season 3, I was a little nervous because I didn't know if it was sort of a lessen the power of the character, to know more about her, to have her more involved. But I'm really happy that I got to do so much more in season 3. I like the Armorer. I think the Armorer is a cool character. I remember rumors around the Armorer of it possibly being what's her name? Of it possibly being Rook. Rook is one of Maul's Mandalorian. She's a Mandalorian. I forget what house she is from. But people were suspecting that this could be Rook because she's got the horns on her helmet like the Mandalorians did at one point in time. However cool the Armorer may be in The Mandalorian, I wouldn't want to see a individual series on the Armorer. Now, the only way I would want to see a series involving the Mandalorians outside of the Mandalorian itself is if we were to do something post Mandalore being destroyed. So I'm talking going back all the way to Mandalore himself, the first and only Mandalorian Jedi, the creator of the Darksaber. If you want to do something like that, sure. But if we're talking like an Armorer series, hell to the no. Don't nobody want to see that. Don't nobody want to see that. Let's see Mandalore himself, or we can see the Mandalorian Wars. That is something that you could also see, and that took place between the Jedi and the Mandalorians. That would be great. As I always say, though, with Star Wars, I don't think it needs to be live action if you do that. I know a lot of people push back when I say that, but Star Wars is so much better when they go animated. I love, obviously, and I say that being a massive lover of fans or of episodes 1 through 6, and nothing can ever replace those episodes to be even animated. But when we are dealing with issues like casting, when we're dealing with issues like movies getting delayed, movies getting canceled, movies, only making it past the are only making it to the storyboard and nothing more, or fallouts between directors and Kathleen Kennedy, or whatever the case may be, we haven't had a Star Wars film in theaters since 2019, and that was The Rise of Skywalker, and that's due to delays, that's due to disagreements, that's due to casting schedulings and things like that. Mark Hamill's not getting any younger. Carrie Fisher, obviously, rest in peace, has passed. Harrison Ford is not getting any younger. So the original characters and people that we have had and went on journeys with for episodes 4, 5, and 6 are not getting any younger. So if you want to tell some of these stories like the Mandalorian or the Mandalorian Wars, or you want to tell the story of Mandalore, I think you animate that in the Clone Wars style. And I think that would be super, super dope. think it'd be super dope if you do that. So, no Mandalorian Armorer series. Not into that for me. Let's see what else is going on. What else are they talking about? Tron Ares for people excited for Tron. I don't think I'll be seeing Tron Ares. Let's see what else. Peacemaker, is that tonight? Yeah, it is tonight. Tonight at 9. Again, from what we've heard, it doesn't get important until the last few episodes that no one has seen, apparently, that James Gunn is keeping close to his chest, and it's the one that's supposed to reveal where everything's going. So I probably won't check in until then, especially if it's just them running around doing what they did in season 1. I know a lot of people say season 1 is good. Don't really care, though. I will check out the stuff that's connecting to the wider DCU. Daniel Day-Lewis, first role back in, 7 years, forever, or something they said. Let's see. Trailer for something. I don't know. Some movie. What else is going on? Shut the fuck up. Oh, I don't want it. Oh, yeah, I do want it. That's a great Deadpool. And it's a maximum Deadpool. That's why he's so damn good. It's a maximum. Yeah, I want that. I want that. Let me bookmark that. Because I didn't even know they were coming out with a maximum. 1 second. Sorry. This is, how much are they wanting for you? That's about right. That's about right. Yeah, he's great. And I love all the accessory pieces that they give with him. All right, let me stop. I can look at that later. Yeah, maximum. Give me the maximum Deadpool. I'll take it. All right, let's see. What else? Sony is going to be at New York Comic Con. I guess they'll talk Spider-Man stuff there. I like that Sony is in charge of the promotion for and how they deal with the promotion for Spider-Man. I like that because I think that they've handled especially with No Way Home. I thought they handled the promotion for No Way Home really good. That was really one of the last times outside of WandaVision. And I guess you could kind of even say Multiverse of Madness. Yeah, even Multiverse of Madness. That was really theory crafting and wondering what's going on and staying up late and blah, blah, this. One of my favorite videos, and I know you guys remember this shit. You're not going to be able to hear it. Sorry. You won't be able to hear it. I don't want to go to YouTube Studio. Just go to fucking YouTube. Regular YouTube. I know you guys remember this. Oh, can I add you to the stage? Yes, I can, Chillmonger. Can you not add yourself? Of course I can.
Hello.
All right.
Hello there.
What's up? I know you guys remember this. Hold on. Oh, no way. Huh. Where is it? This. I know y'all remember this.
What did you touch on when I was away?
Touched on.
Do you hear me?
Yes, touched on just more DC stuff, and then just going through other news things that have come out since starting the stream. Right now, I'm talking about Spider-Man: No Way Home. Why am I talking about Spider-Man: No Way Home? Because they were talking about New York Comic Con and Spider-Man being at New York Comic Con with Sony, and I was talking about how I like how Sony handles the promotion for Spider-Man, and then going back to No Way Home's promotion and showing the commercial that Sony remember when they showed that commercial and it was like Tom Holland Spider-Man going at Lizard, going at Electro, and I forget who the other person was.
Oh, and then they edited out the other two Spider-Man.
Yes, but then somebody took that clip from The Incredibles where Dash got taken to the office, and the teacher's like, "Look, it happens right here," and that's where they're showing the where Andrew kicks Lizard, because in the trailer you see Lizard like looks like he got punched, but obviously it's edited. Andrew's edited out. So I'm showing that video of it, and I'm sure you can't see it. Yeah, the promotion around that time, it was fun. It's really fun. Good times.
It actually makes you think, did they leave that in? Did they say, oh, it's too expensive to fix, or no one will notice? Or did they say, this will get people thinking?
I don't know. I don't know. It could have been a thing like, yeah, let's get them talking more. They're already talking. People already know. Andrew's already the werewolf. So maybe just leave this in there. Because it definitely had people talking. Like, it's all people were talking about. Like, No Way Home was a fun time.
But when we say people, I don't even think that stretches out to the casual fans. I think that still is us.
Yeah,
the internet, the daily.
Yeah. Yeah, that's still just the internet.
The reason it grossed 1.9 billion was because of those casuals.
Yeah. But that trailer, God, that initial trailer was great. Chill, since you're in here, stay in here. Let me fix something so that the audience can hear. Because since I normally have you on, I don't stream through Chrome.
Firefox.
Because I hate Chrome. So you stay here for a second, and I'm going to go into Chrome.
I'm outdoors, so if you hear cars and stuff, I don't know, I think I should just mute myself. But I hope the microphone does the noise cancellation stuff that we needed to do. In the live chat, which is what I'll do now, is read what people said. Did Darius kick off Chill off stream because he lost an argument? Still not trying to have a toy off with me, though. Man, you don't have that. I saw every shelf of Darius's collection. You're good. He's good. KMac98 says that they just didn't know how insane YouTube breakdowns work. See, I don't think that. I think that they do know. I think there's a percentage of people who work at Marvel and work at Sony who know about their breakdowns, and I think they just didn't care to do it. It would be expensive to edit out the way that a guy moves. It's one thing to edit out a Spider-Man, just erase him there. That's cool. That's easy. But now you gotta CGI a whole new scene where Lizard's face is facing forward the whole time. Nah, they didn't want to do it. It'll get people talking. With best of both worlds. You having trouble? There it is. No Way Home trailer.
What you want to do is save hundreds when Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
That's great, but
I hear it.
can you ask?
Ever since I got bit by that spider, I've only had 1 week where my life has felt normal. That was when you found out.
When you botched that spell. Where you wanted everyone to forget the Peter Parker Spider-Man.
So let me say that again. I have over 600 Marvel Legends figures alone, Cornelius.
600.
That's not including my Black Series Star Wars figures, nor my Dragon Ball Z figures.
We started getting some visitors. From every universe. Hello, Peter.
That shit fucked up.
Peter Parker.
I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Dr. Otto Octavius.
Wait, no, seriously, what's your actual name?
There are others out there. We need to send them back. So, Scooby-Doo this crap.
You know, all this is kind of your mess. I know a couple of magic words myself, starting with the word please.
Please, Scooby-Doo this crap.
You're flying out into the darkness to fight ghosts.
What do you mean?
They all die fighting Spider-Man. It's their fate. I'm sorry, kid.
Yeah, me too.
Don't.
Look, there has to be another way.
There isn't. They're a danger to our universe.
You're not gonna take this away from me.
Peter, you're struggling to have everything you want while the world tries to make you choose.
This is all my fault. I can't save everyone.
I remember watching that trailer, and in that moment, everybody automatically knew. There were some people that were like, no, automatically knew that's Andrew saving her. Because, like, he has to. It's got to be redemption. The win.
What's happening?
They're starting to come through, and I can't stop them.
December 17th, exclusively in movie theaters.
Man, that is still one of my favorite Marvel films. Like, that is so fucking good. I don't know why they need to put that show on Disney Plus, but it's not on there. But great movie, great time to be a Marvel fan. I think that trailer was one of the things that really boosted the casuals, because you remember how you were saying, like, oh, the casuals weren't doing that theory crafting stuff. But when they saw those trailers, especially when you've got Doc Ock and it's Green Goblin and Doc Ock from Toby showing up, and they're like, what the yeah, that was a hype time.
My big memory from that trailer was Scooby-Doo this crap, please Scooby-Doo this crap, and people saying that's that Marvel humor, it doesn't work, and that was a subject during that.
Yeah.
Overanalyzed.
I remember it being changed to Scooby-Doo this shit. Because he says Scooby-Doo this shit in the film.
Oh. That's unnecessary. I mean, does it make the movie better that he got to say the S word? Ooh.
He says Scooby-Doo this shit. Yeah. Yeah, no. Great movie. The strange fight with him. I think Tom is even though Andrew's my favorite Spider-Man, I think Tom is probably the most Spider-Man out of all the Spider-Men, because like even the fight, let me share this one instead. The fight between him and Doctor Strange in the mirror dimension, when he comes back, he's like, I just fought Doctor Strange and look, I got his ring thingy. Very, very Spider-Man. Anything else? I don't think so. I think I'm down to this morning because I remember seeing this. Warfare. It's just now going to streaming? Damn. Warfare is a good film for those that haven't seen it. It follows the soldiers group that was in Iraq. Very good movie. If you'd like that kind of stuff. Yeah, that is it. That is it. House of Dragon premiered 3 years ago today. The Pirates of the Caribbean movie is in active development at Disney. I don't know how that is news. How is that news? People are sharing this like this is news. Hasn't it been in active development for a while?
I also, like, development is a huge word. Remember what Kathleen Kennedy says? Things are development, and that's a long process. So development is nothing word to me. You got to tell me that it's filming, it's in production. There's key words that mean something. Development is nothing.
Okay. Now they're in development with Yeah, they're in development. So that's really it then. There's nothing else going on today that has been talked about or hasn't been talked about. Now, we are live again this evening with Marcus from Back the Bus. There will be some things I'm sure that pop off between then. Yeah, that too. Shmeek Moore is recording line. He hasn't even been recording lines for like 6 years for Spider-Verse, so sure. So yeah, we'll be back live this evening at 8:15 Central Standard and Eastern Standard Time with Back of the Bus Marcus for our Pantheon stream, where we will discuss some of the things that we discussed over the week on the morning report, but obviously get Marcus's opinion on some of those, and could open up new conversations, different perspectives, and different things like that. I hope that every single one of you guys also come back this evening to hang out with us. See, my camera view is different on what is this? Chrome. I'm not as close. I like this one. See, Henry fucked with some shit on Firefox. I like it when it's that far away. I don't like it when it's right up in my damn face. So, okay, that's fine. Back this evening. I might be on Chrome this evening. Back this evening with Marcus. I hope every single one of you guys come back. So if you're new here and you like what you saw, go ahead and hit the subscription button, like this video, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell a friend. And again, we are back this evening, 8:15 for the Pantheon stream. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. And we will see all of you guys this evening in the very next video. And Dwayne, to answer your question, I did see that Tupac, yes, I saw that yesterday. I didn't get to answer yesterday, but yes, I've seen that Tupac was originally supposed to be Mace Windu. Or, well, I won't say originally was supposed to be Mace Windu, but was going to audition or auditioned for Windu, and obviously didn't get it. For the
that would be so different. I would. Wow.
So different.
Imagine him in Revenge of the Sith too.
Yeah, no, that would have been very different. Could you imagine him fighting Palpatine? Yeah, that'd be different. So yeah, I've seen that though. So anyway, talk to you guys all later. Have a blessed day. Be safe wherever you are. And we'll see you this evening, hopefully. Peace out.